Hey guys, Speedrunning from the Law here again. This is going to be another installment in my tutorial series where we're going to be speedrunning Super Mario 64 70 star using beginner and intermediate strats that anybody at home can do. So today we're going to be talking about the Christmas Miracle Star. Now before we get started, please, if you like my content, like, subscribe, comment. It means a lot to me. It really helps me keep doing these videos. I appreciate it a lot, guys. So let's jump in. First, I'm going to show you how the star looks, then we'll walk back through it with some explanations. So that's the Christmas Miracle Star. This star is a bit particular as far as angles with the wall kick. So a brief description of what kind of went on there. So HMC actually has no ceilings. So what we can do is hop up through the top because there's no ceiling and enter various different rooms, kind of like what we did with the elevator glitch star. Except this time we are entering the same room as the elevator glitch star, but at a different point in the room. So let's kind of go through and talk about what's happening here. As always, we want to C-stick right and do 3 long jumps. Now remember, one of the long jumps you want to pull back on the stick, because if you don't, your third long jump is going to end up in this pit right here. Next thing we want to do is walk through this door, and we want to go immediately right so we can get a good camera for this. Then diagonal left and do a long jump over the beetle right here. If you don't do that movement right there where you veer right and then diagonal left so you can get a good angle to long jump here, 2 things could happen if you don't do that. One is that you hit the beetle and he either hits you and you take damage, or you bop off of him and fly into the pit over here. The second is you go too far to the left or too far this way and you fall into the pit. Both of those are obviously bad options. So you have to take this angle right here, make a beeline, and long jump to this point right here. Now, make sure you're not holding forward too far when you do this long jump, because it still is possible to go too far over there. So we want to be able to clear the beetle while staying on this platform. It is kind of tight. If you're really having trouble with that, it's also acceptable to run around here and just not a jump kick, but to do a jump dive to kill the beetle. Like that, kill the beetle and walk over here. It is a little, it's probably not that much slower, but I prefer the long jump method. Regardless, once we get here, all we're going to want to do is, you should have enough speed to do a dive. So just do a dive to get to this door. So now we're in this door. And now what our goal is we want to, right where we're standing, we just want to angle ourselves right and up. Just like this. And we're going to do a triple jump wall kick off of the right wall here. Now the angle for this is quite precise. If you don't have a good angle, again, 2 things can happen. The first being that you're too far left with your angle, and so it's impossible for you to hit the right wall, and you're just going to jump into the wall, and everything you do is going to get eaten. All your inputs will be eaten. The second thing that happens is you're facing too far right, and your wall jump will actually shoot you directly left instead of up into the, like, forward and left, which is what we want to clear the ceiling and the wall. So how this works is we want to be approximately the angle I am now, just far right enough to where we can get the wall kick, and left enough to where we can do an up and left wall kick off of it. Again, make sure when you hit that wall kick, you're holding the stick up and left. Primarily up and slightly left. If you're holding it directly left, you're just going to wall kick directly back into this room, and it's not going to be very beneficial for you. So the first jump we want to do is a quick speed kick jump like this. And that is because there's not a lot of room to get a triple jump off here. So we need our first jump to clear no distance. Otherwise, we're not going to get a third jump in before hitting this wall. So we do one quick speed kick, then 2, 3, and up right there. And so, once you hit that wall, you get a wall kick. Input-wise, when you're triple jumping towards that wall, your stick should be facing the direction that Mario is facing, up and to the right. Once you hit the wall and you press jump, you immediately want to shift your stick up and left. Now if you're jumping back into the room, chances are either your angle is a bit too far right, or you're hitting the stick too far left once you're getting that wall kick. As far as once we hit that triple jump, we kick. Now we're up, we've cleared the wall, we're in this black space. Now there is a death ceiling in this black space. If you're holding the stick in a direction, there's a chance that you just insta-die. Mario will just insta-die for whatever reason. So what you have to do is once you clear the wall and the ceiling and you start seeing this black, you want to completely neutral your control stick. And you want to neutral that control stick until you can start seeing the next room loading up. So what I'm doing right now is I'm not pressing anything. I'm just letting Mario fall. So let's see this. Now I can start pushing forward because I have seen the room load. So now that we've fallen in this water, you have two options. You can just fall in gracefully, or you can try to press dive, and it's possible to hit this switch right here on the way down, although it is very hard. And if you miss it, I would recommend just trying to dive into it, because if you miss it, you actually don't lose any time. But it's quite difficult to get. And if you don't hit it, that's okay, because what we can do is we want to walk up to here, and you want to pick this fourth to the right line on this wall right here. And all we have to do is do a big double jump, and at the peak of our big double jump, and I'm assuming at this point that you're flush with the wall, you're as far on the wall as you can get. We want to do a kick at the peak of our double jump, and after we have kicked the wall, we want to hold back on the control stick. And I emphasize after we have kicked the wall, because if we start holding back on the control stick before we have kicked the wall, what's going to happen is that, and you're not going to get a kick off the wall. Now, if you do it after, you can actually press the button right here, just by doing that. All you have to do is get the kickoff and hold back, and Mario will do the rest and press the button. And once you've accomplished that, all you have to do is run a few steps forward and do 3 nice long jumps again and grab the star. Now that may have been a little fast for you. You may be still working out how to get the triple jump wall kick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in and show you a possibly easier strategy, which also acts as a backup. And I actually kind of, sometimes in my runs, if I feel like losing a few seconds will hurt me, I will just immediately go for the backup strat. So what the backup strat is instead of getting this angle right here, first let me show you what the bad angles are. So see, we were too far right at that point, so we stayed in the room. So that's the first bad angle. The second bad angle is, I'll walk through the door again. The second bad angle is right about here. See, it's impossible to get a wall jump at the angle right there. It will eat your input every time because we're facing too far left on that angle. So you have to find this sweet spot. Also, like I said before, you don't want to move Mario forward at all. You want him directly facing this way. If you move him forward too much, your angle is going to be bad. You want him standing in the spot he enters the room in. Additionally, you also may accidentally step on the elevator if you walk too far up, and that's going to make it really hard for you to do this because the elevator is going to start going down. There's going to be a big hole in here. It's going to make it quite difficult. But if you're having trouble with this, and again, this is the exact angle you should be at right here, by the way. But if you're having trouble with this, it's very simple what we have to do. All we have to do is walk over here. And now that we're right here, we can just do a side flip into this wall. And then once we get the wall kick off, we can hold up and left. The thing about the side flip is you need the camera to be facing this way. So if the camera starts readjusting, you're going to have to manually use the C stick analog to make the camera face the way it is now. See how the camera goes crazy in this room? So all we have to do is and this is quite generous, by the way, the area you can do a side flip. So we want to be about right here. Run, side flip. Oh, well, that was no good. See right there, we hit the elevator. So now we have a chance of falling down right there. And with the side flip strat, you do have to be quite a bit more aggressive with your angle upwards after you get that wall kick, because you're not going to have quite as much speed to travel distance left. So you almost, like you could see I did there, you almost want to hold directly up after the wall kick if you're doing the side flip strategy, just because you won't have as much height or speed and you need to get over the shortest point of that wall you possibly can. The last thing I can really say about this star is when you're in that room, the camera is quite funky. So if the camera is screwing up on you and you really can't fix it, the easiest thing to do is to walk out of the room and walk back in the room, and that will actually fix the camera. But other than that, that is how you do this star. Again, if you fail the triple jump wall kick, you can transition right into the side flip. If the camera's going wonky and you can't do either because you failed one, I would recommend walking out of the room and going back in. Hope this video helped, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I look forward to doing more videos with you in the future. Good luck with your runs.